Hey everyone, it's Erica. This piece is called Reflect. It's based on a photo I took a few years ago at Boerner Botanical Gardens. A reflection of a statue in a quiet pond, broken up by lily pads drifting on the surface. I've had this subject saved in my reference photos for a while now, knowing I one day would be compelled to capture it in my painting style. There's something disorienting and poetic about viewing a subject upside down. It asks you to slow down, look longer, and reconsider what you're seeing. Originally, I planned to pair this work with my other painting, Linger. I used the same palette, a limited range of blues, greens, and yellows, with purple to unify everything. But even though Reflect and Linger share the same colors, the way I handled the paint gave each piece a completely different mood. In Linger, the brushwork is broad and expressive. Light breaks through the trees in loose gestural strokes that feel almost like movement itself. I let the brush wander more freely here, capturing that fleeting, glowing moment under the canopy. The marks on the grass are energetic, like the light is in motion, shifting with the wind. But Reflect demanded something quieter. The brushstrokes here are tighter and more controlled. I was thinking less about movement and more about stillness. How reflection disorients reality, how water bends light. There's a rhythm to the marks on the surface, almost like ripples that anchor the piece in a kind of dreamlike calm. The lily pads break up the surface, like thoughts interrupting a meditation. It was a reminder for me, same colors, different truths. The way we apply paint can shift everything. One moment captures sunlight in motion, the other a still breath beneath the surface. Although I don't consider this one of my favorite works, it quietly captures the core of my creative voice. My paintings often sit somewhere between observation and imagination, what's real and what it feels like. I'm drawn to those quiet in-between moments. A moment that might seem mundane to most, but I can feel the magic in it, and Reflect is just that. The way the statue hovers in the water, and the way the lily pads obscure the subject, it's not about precision, it's about atmosphere. Technically, this piece leans into what I've come to rely on: color unification, subtle gradients, and intentional contrast. I mix purple into nearly every shade to create harmony across the scene. It's a technique I return to again and again. It softens the transitions and ties disparate elements together, almost like giving the whole piece a shared language. And even with the limited palette, I love pushing vibrancy, pulling the saturation just far enough to feel heightened, dreamlike, a little removed from reality. Not surreal exactly, but emotionally tuned. That balance between technique and feeling is where my style lives. I call it Dreamlike Realism, blending representational detail with a hazy atmospheric quality to create a sense of memory and emotion rather than literal accuracy. Light and shadow guide the tone, giving my work that surreal, almost cinematic quality, inviting you to feel like you've stepped into a fleeting moment. Reflect reminded me that not every piece needs to be loud to be honest. Sometimes the quietest paintings speak the clearest truths. Thanks for spending this moment with me and for stepping into this reflection, both on canvas and in thought. If you connected with this piece, I'd love for you to stick around. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment sharing what kind of moments you find yourself reflecting on. I've got more work coming soon, and I can't wait to share it with you.